So I guess maturity, they have small groups and preaching on a Sunday. They're big platforms. Membership, we share the small group platform with maturity, and so we're able to that's a great place for people to be cared for and to express that belongingness, that gatheredness in a small group. But in terms of, there's no real platform to help our church culture in a big way be more welcoming. I need to try and do that indirectly, influence that. And so things like the coffee machine, talking about the coffee machine, helping people see it's not just we really like coffee, it's actually we're doing it for the visitor. That's the reason we're doing it. And so helping church to see that, and to see that actually it's good to encourage the first timer to drop their connection card in there. It's trying to think, what other ways can we influence the church culture of membership? I can't be the one to care for everyone at Salt. I can't be the one to welcome everyone at Salt. It needs to be Salt Church doing that for each other. And that's the biblical model. You have Christ's body is not just one person is the connection between everyone else. Everyone is connected to each other. And so in a church sense, you want to have everyone caring for each other and everyone welcoming and loving each other. And so that's the challenge, is to how do you see that happen?
So it's interesting that you talk about, the hardest thing is actually getting people plugged into Newish, to actually come over to someone's house and have a dinner. What are some of the ways that you, I guess, facilitate that or make that, easier?
So running it regularly, once a month, is helpful. We do it on a Thursday night, which I think most people are free later on in the week. We announce it for the 2 weeks leading up to Newish at church from up the front. So, and then I try and give the MC a clear blurb about explaining it, what it's about, which does 2 things. It helps the visitor sitting in church hear about it, and generally they won't come from the announcement, but then when we email them about it or talk to them, it confirms what they've already heard, and it makes that conversation a little bit easier. But secondly, it just helps create a culture of this is a place where new people are, and so members feel like they're able to bring their non-Christian mates. They know that there's things for them in place to do, and members try and encourage visitors to go to Newish as well. But most of the time it's through email or phone calls that will send individual invitations.
It sounds like there's a lot of week-to-week tasks, there's a lot of month-to-month tasks, and then there's, I guess, your whole year program as well. What would be really helpful is for you to explain, I guess, what are the week-to-week, what are the monthly, and then what are the big yearly things that you're just regularly doing. There might not be those yearly things, but what are the week-to-week, month-to-month things that fill your week?
So the week-to-week things that happen are things like handwritten notes going out to visitors, emails, and phone calls. Most of my team do that, so I don't do that myself. But managing the team is helping them do that themselves. And then once a month we run Newish, which is that newcomer night, info night. And every 2 months we run Beginning, which goes for 5 weeks, which is for people who are keen to join. We talk about this is the beginning of Salt, this is the beginning of joining. We try to talk about it like a hoop you need to jump through, or a course you need to do to get to the good stuff. This is the good stuff. This is the start of life here at Salt, this Beginning. This is really good, come along. And so we do that once every 2 months. It goes for 5 weeks, generally on a Wednesday night. And get people to that, and then from there they will join a small group. Generally that group together, the new small group leaders will be there as well, and that will become a small group, or a couple of small groups launch out of that, which is good as well.
And you're primarily responsible for running Beginnings and leading Beginnings?
Yes, getting people to Beginning is probably one of the big challenges. That's again lots of discussions, lots of phone calls, invitations, but yeah, that's a big part of it. And following people up when they're not there each week, sometimes organising catch-up sessions. If there's a couple of people that miss Wednesday night, I'll do it Sunday afternoon, because I think it's really important and the stuff is really valuable. So really working hard to help everyone hear that stuff and be on board, because this is what it looks like to be a disciple. We go through the 5 M's each week, and I think this is what God is on about in the world. These are these big things, and these are the things that we, as his followers, want to be on about as well. So I really want people, as they join Salt, to hear what they are and be on board and be excited and be wanting to grow as a disciple as well.